So today I'm going to make a quiche. Now the guys love this. It's basically what I find in the fridge, and I'll put it all together with eggs. I don't use milk or cream in it. It tends to end up like a bit of a jelly custard, which I don't like. This is a really simple one, and you can add whatever you like. We're going to start off with the pastry. Lots of people buy the pastry. Please don't buy short crust pastry because it's so easy to make. All it is flour and butter. Also, I do it a completely opposite way to most people, where you have to keep it cool, you have to do this, that. No, I haven't got time for that. Whatever butter you put in, you put double the plain flour. So for this flan dish, I'm going to do 4 of butter. Eight of flour. Put it all in the bowl. And most importantly, salt and pepper. Please put it in. We all need salt in our diets. Not too much, but we still need salt. I like lots and lots and lots of black pepper in everything. This will take me 2 minutes, something like that. Not long at all. Bring it all together. As you can see, it's simple and costs about 50 pence, 20 pence, something like that. When you're adding the water, be really, really careful. So when I make it, because I use warm butter and I often use warm water as well, it should be almost like a shortbread rather than a heavy lump of pastry. You don't need to mess with it at all. You need to do it very quickly. Don't faff, just get it done. Right, there you go, breadcrumbs. Because it's melted, or very soft, the butter, it will come together quickly. So, when I say a little bit of water, I mean, and that's probably about enough. Now all you do is just bring it together. And because I'm doing quiche, I'm going to just leave this to one side resting. I don't tend to put it in the fridge. Again, how do you get a bowl in that big in the fridge? And then we're going to start doing all the ingredients for the quiche. Cool. Right, the ingredients for the quiche. I'm going to fry off some pancetta. I found 2 leeks in the fridge that need eating, so they can go in. Let's get this hob on. And then just quickly slice them. Because it's going to be in a quiche, you don't have to be fancy or precise about it, just get them in. Sun-dried tomatoes, and I'm also going to put some mozzarella in it. So I'll chop some of these up, get them ready to go in. That'll probably be enough. Just going to roughly chop them. You don't have to add them to this. You could just throw them in the mix, doesn't really matter. One thing I'm going to put in, I won't put salt in because the pancetta, that's already really, really salty. But lots and lots of pepper. Pepper's really good for you as well, it's really good for your blood. So, as you can see, lightly fried. Going to put that to one side. That's done. Let it cool down. Next, I'm actually going to put the oven on. So, I'm going to put my Neff oven on. I'm actually going to do top and bottom heat, which means, so you know your grill element at the top. It's got one underneath that you can't see. If you put just that on, it basically will cook it like that until it hits the middle. So for anything like quiches or pies, it means by the time it gets to the middle, everything's cooked. You can do this on Circotherm intensive, where it has your fan on and then your bottom element. So it'll cook things from underneath like pizzas, etc. But it does cook your topping, not as intensely as the bottom, but it does cook it. But for this, because I'm actually, sometimes I don't blind bake it. You can just put it in wet, as in with your wet ingredients, roll it out and then add it all. I like a really, really crispy bottom. I like it all the way through. So I'm going to blind bake it for about 5 minutes. Not long at all. But anyway, I'm going to put the oven on now, top and bottom heat. And I think I'll do it up to about 180 because I want it to get done quite quickly. So I press go. And also I want rapid heat up. The one thing I will do before I do anything else, let's take one out. And for this, I'm going to use the universal tray. Because it's metal, this gets baking hot, obviously. It is not to put at the bottom of the oven, it is actually to use. So Sunday dinners and everything else all go on this. Any sort of biscuits, scones, anything. Make sure this is heated up so it's hot, same temperature as your oven. And then when you put everything on, of course it's cooking straight away because it's so hot. So I'm going to put this right in the middle. And get this up to heat. ASAP. Next, goat's cheese. You could put in cheddar cheese, Gruyere, you could do all sorts, anything you've got left lying around. I know goat's cheese is kind of an acquired taste, but if I just do it on half the quiche, I'll please half the workforce here. Mozzarella, I've got the buffalo ones because it does taste slightly better. And these ones, little baby ones, like little quail's eggs. Could leave them like that, but I think that's quite a mouthful. I think it'd be better to quarter them. Now, lots of people don't grease the tin because obviously there's loads of butter in the pastry. Something like this, it's all fluted. No end of times I've done it or not done it, and you can't get the thing out and it will just collapses. Just use a bit of the old paper from the butter, and I do give it a really good coating of fat because I want it to come out easily. Now then, for eggs, we're going to have quite a few in this. I think we'll start off with eight. Right, eggs done. All this basically just goes in. And that, my dears, is your filling done. This will probably feed, well, it's supposed to feed 6, it would probably feed 8 if you didn't have massive slices like our lot do. I'm going to now roll out the pastry. Right, when rolling out, generally I'll only roll out once, I won't do it again, because it can go a bit leathery. A bit like old school pastry. I don't tend to cut the pastry, I'll just let it go over, droop over the sides, and I'll cut it afterwards when it's all cooked. Right, see if it's going to fit, put that in the middle. Don't worry too much about gaps and things like that. These quiches. Right, I'm pasting the bottom here like this because it stops it bubbling up. Yes, you can put those bean things in or rice or what. I really haven't got time. So it's not perfect, but I'll tell you what, it's going to taste good. So that's going to go in for 5 minutes. Right, 5 minutes is up. Let's have a look at the little beauty. So like I say, you wouldn't say it was like MasterChef, but I really don't think anybody's going to mind here. This is baking hot, slightly cooked. Let's pour all of this in. And I've got all the mozzarella to go in. It's going to be a tight squeeze, isn't it, guys? Cool. Right, let's get this in. Ooh. Right, it is done. Ooh. So, there you go. So can you see it's cooked? So that means the eggs have settled the way through. Definitely cooked. Definitely. The messy sides, literally, you get your knife. I mean, I'd probably do it when it's a bit colder. And you literally just slice it across. Sorry, I'm gonna have to stop saying literally all the time. That's rubbish. Like that. And then it looks all professional, like you meant it to be like that. Just had a debate with Adi next door. Quiche hot or quiche cold? I said cold, he said hot. And there you go. Lunch is ready.